Okay, YouTubers. Just want to make sure we're recording. What we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and show you this game I've been playing for about 2 weeks now. We're kind of starting in the middle of it. The game is called Idling to Rule the Gods. It's kind of a clicker type game, uh, even though there's no clicking involved. Or really, not really any clicking involved. Um, it's a fairly simple layout, fairly simple uh, gameplay. And all it is, there's a story behind the game that you can read, but Earth blew up or got destroyed or whatever. You travel across the galaxy, find yourself a new home, and you find some gods. And then the whole objective of the game is to destroy or to defeat all the gods and become the most powerful god in existence. Uh, and how you do that is there's a couple of little things you do to gain power. Anyway, we're not starting at the beginning of this game. We're starting. I've went through and beat the toughest god in the game, and of course you can continue on from there and defeat that toughest god multiple times. But I just decided to do the Ultimate Ball Challenge, which was basically to start a new game and start back at square one from scratch and work your way up to becoming the most powerful god again. And to beat the Ultimate Ball Challenge, you have to then again beat Ball, which is quote unquote the toughest god in the game. Of course, there's multiple versions of Ball you can beat, but I decided to do this a little early on in the game just because I got a little bored with it. And I've been playing this Ultimate Bowl Challenge for about probably a week and a half now. So we're going to see what happens. Anyway, I'm not describing any of the screens yet. Over here on the Rebirth panel, you want to make sure that your Rebirth multipliers, sorry about the coughing, are all higher than they were the last time you rebirthed. And right here, they're all green, so they're all higher than they were. So we're just going to go ahead and rebirth now. And you got to click all that stuff that says, are you sure you want to? Now see how after rebirth everything's red? That's because my multiplier is lower than my last rebirth. So we need to get all these green to move forward. So go over to stats. It's basically divinity. Shows how much like a currency type you're getting. Your attack is, your attack. Your physical kind of weighs into your attack. It's like 1/4. There are 4 physical for 1 attack. Plus each physical gives hit points. Mystic is your defense. It's a 1-for-1 ratio. Plus it does. I think it does hit point recovery too. Battle is a 1-for-1 ratio to attack power. And creating is the speed at which you can create new things. Anyway, we're going to go over here to train. And we're going to train running. You want to put your sync on so that it does physical and skill at the same time. Just hit cap, and of course you'll see that the skill and the physical are both increasing. Your physical is your physical attack. Skill is your defense, your mystic. So you'll watch these numbers rise and rise and rise and rise. And after you get 500 level, the next skill opens up. Hit cap. Now this one will need to get to 1,000 level to unlock the next one. And then 1,500, and then 2,000, and 2,500, and then 3,000. So it goes up by 500 for each tier or whatever. Right now, I've been playing for a while, so these all are capped at one clone. And clones, here's my clone, my idle clones and my total clones. Uh, and clones are how you basically move forward. You assign clones to do things, and then they do them. So now that we're going to be waiting a while here for this to get 1500, we're just going to go over here to fight, and we're just going to cap this guy, and of course I've been playing this for a while, so my multipliers are making this real easy for me. And we're just going to, and plus, the better your physical, your attack, your mystic, or whatever, all determines how many clones you need to kill these guys. And your multi plays a pretty big part in that. So we're just going to go ahead and start killing a few of those. We're going to go back over here to train. We're going to wait until this gets 1500, and then we're just going to cap the next one out in it too. I'm going to go back over here to fight, and we're just going to keep capping these guys, because these are going to increase our attack like monstrously. And if you hover over it, it'll say, attack 1 quintillion is kind of think what the monsters have, but we're getting 8.29 undecillion battle per second with one clone. And of course, you can look, and the numbers go up as you go down the screen. So we're just going to keep doing that, because this is a massive amount of attack, that we're getting here. And this one is taking 19 clones right now. Of course, if we click cap again, the clones that we need for it will keep decreasing. And that's basically because our attack power is like flying because of all the attacking we're doing, and all of our training skills are increasing our attack and our defense and our hit points and everything else. While we're kind of waiting on here, we'll just go ahead and start the next one. 339 clones. Anyway, you can see my divinity, my currency basically is flying up. My attack is flying. My physical, mystic, battle, everything's flying forward, up, high, screaming. And then we're just going to go here to pets. Pets are things that you get after beating certain gods. The first two are fairly easy to get. I mean, the first one you get with the first god you beat. And then the next one, I think you have to kill half the gods, and then the squirrel you get after beating Baal. And then the rest of them you have to beat Baal multiple more times, which I haven't done yet. So we're going to go here to distribute, and that'll distribute my idle clones to these pets each. And of course you can see they're destroying them without any problem. So we're just going to go visit the mouse, and see, he's just flying through these. His experience is flying up. We're going to hit create. Oops, I'm sorry. We're going to go back. We're going to look at his physical and his mystic, and it's 3851. We're going to create clones. We're going to go here to physical, and we're going to go 38. We're going to go to mystic and hit 51. I'm not going to worry about changing the battle, because the battle just means that they'll do more damage to me, and I really don't want them doing more damage to me. Anyway, at 1 and 1, the experience would be 1. So we're going to, increase the amount of experience we're getting per clone on this guy. We're just going to hit create. He's killing them way slower, but his experience is going to boost up a lot faster. So we're just going to go ahead and visit the next guy, because all we're trying to do is we're trying to slow these down to make better use of the clones and get more experience, and that way we don't have to check back on this as often. So we're going to look at him. He's 5250, so we're going to create clones, and we're going to do 52 and 50, and that gives 148 experience per kill. Now we're, this guy, the squirrel, is still kind of moving fast. I mean, he's not moving as fast as the other two were, but I haven't had the squirrel as long, and the squirrel is tougher. It's just he hasn't been built up enough yet to surpass these other two guys. So we're going to visit him. He's 4654. Create clones. 46, 54, And it's saying I'm going to make 798 clones. You can change the amount of clones you want here, but we're just going to hit create clones, and we're going to hit back, and we're just going to hit distribute, because we're just going to want to distribute the maximum amount of clones that we can to keep these guys going as long as they can. Now with pets, you can also do campaigns, of which you can do a campaign for growth, which increases the pet's growth rate, divinity, which is your currency, go find food to feed your pets to increase their growth rates. You can search for items, which, you know, I haven't had much luck with that. Level, for each hour you spend on level, you get 20 levels for your pet. So, you know, that's something to do if you're going to be away for a while. I think you can do 12 hours at a time, which is, you know, quite a few levels. Pet multiplier, which will increase the multiplier of the pet on rebirth. And then God power, which is another kind of currency that you use to buy certain things, which is this button up here. Right now I have 5 God power, and I've got them all pushed to bonus creating, which is only 1% per God power that you push towards that. You can scroll down here, and you can see that my current creating speed multiplier is 70%, and building speed multiplier is 210%. After you get 10 or so, you know, you can increase your creating speed permanently by 35% for 10, or increase building speed permanently by 35% for 10. Those are the two I've really been working on building speed, because if I can get my buildings built faster, I can get a lot more stuff done. We'll get the buildings here in a minute. We're gonna go back over here to we're going back over here to training, because we're way past time to start the next one. And we're just going to do that, let it go for a little bit, and you can see it's still increasing the skill with it. You can hover over these too and see, you know, this is getting 386.796 decillion physical per second with one clone, you know. And I mean, it's all things to increase your. Anyway, we can go back over here to the fight, and see gargoyles. There were 342. Now we only need 25 to kill them. So, you know, as long as you check back and reduce those, you know, just hit cap to reduce those numbers. Now this one's what it looks like if you're that red thing here. If you don't have enough clones on it to just kill it every second or whatnot. And you can see that red line is dropping. So I mean, that's just our training, mainly our training and our attacking, that are reducing the amount of clones we need. And you'll see that it'll drop off to nothing relatively quickly, because we've, you know, our multipliers are really getting there. And now he should be kind of below the point where I can, there you go. Now it's less clones to kill him than I had. So we're going to check our pets again, make sure that they still have plenty. They do. Back to monsters. We'll just cap him again, just to reduce the amount of clones associated with them. Our next skill is available. We're just going to click it, and we're going to wait a minute. Okay, we're going to check rebirth, and we're still, everything's still red. I mean, we are way down, and this will probably take, you know, several hours to get one of these in the green, and then, you know, this will still play while you're away from keyboard, so these will rise up while you're away. So, and of course everything still runs while you're away, except for building, which if you go to create, right here we're creating shadow clones, And I mean, you can see that they're boom, 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 being pumped out like crazy. We can't create anything else yet because we need to kill some gods. Sorry about that. So to kill some gods, we're gonna go over here to fight. We're gonna hit the gods panel. Hyperion, he takes, power level of 15.46 million. Our power level is 543. Duodecillion. So we're gonna fight him, and I mean he's nothing to us. And your first fight with him is going to take a while. But as you rebirth and your multipliers get higher and higher and higher, these gods become so much easier. So we're just going to go down here and we're going to find Duodecillion on here, which it's off the screen. So we're just going to go ahead and fight everyone to Artemis. And you're going to see every one of these is just real quick and easy. And these are all unlocking things to create. And now that says now you can build monuments. So we'll have to go view that here in a minute. And now we can buy creations after you create at least one, which this is where divinity comes in and becomes useful. Boom and boom. We could kill more right now. I mean, we could kill down to Susan O. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. And you can see that your god power increased by 1 for almost every fight we're doing. So we're going to be able to use some of that here. And we're just there. Even she was easy. Zeus. Oh, Zeus is Duodecillion. I'm sorry. So we can kill Zeus too. And you see, he took a little bit longer. He took some of my hit points out, but my hit points are flying back rapidly. We're going back over here to monster. We're just going to cap it all out again. Go over here to train. We're going to start the next one. And we're going to go up here to god power. And we have 16 god power available. We're only using 5 on the bonus creation. We're just going to go down here to building speed. And we're going to buy 35% of that. And then that leaves us with... So we're just going to increase him by 1. Just to have that extra god power doing something for us. And we're going to go back over here to this, and we're just going to cap them out again to slow them down, or to reduce the amount of clones that we're using on them. And we're going to go over here to build. Now, on the create screen, you're going to, because you want it to create clones if the clones aren't maxed, because you need your clones. Your clones are your most important thing. Because they're used everywhere for everything. So we're going to turn this off for the time being, and we're going to come down here to light, and we're going to create some light. Okay, now that we've created at least one light, we can just buy the light that we need. So we're not worried about that. We're going to go down here to stone, and we're going to create. Okay, and then, of course the same thing. So really we only need to create one of each for now. And we want to go all the way down to mountain. Now we could speed this up by turning the auto buy missing creations on to where it'll automatically buy what we need to create these. And these are just, these really do nothing for you. I mean, they increase your creation points. But other than that, they're really doing nothing for us other than allowing us to build buildings. And all I want to do is unlock them so I can buy them. That's all I want to do. Okay, now I got mountain bot. We're going to turn the auto buy off. We're going to turn creating clones back on. And then we're going to go back up here to light, and we're going to hit create. That way, if we do cap out on clones, which we're not going to for quite a long time, our current cap is 96,000. We were only at 6,000. But this way, whenever we get there, it'll automatically start making light. And I have these next stats set to the third rank achievement, of which the first achievement is 500 light, and increases your creation multi now and then again at rebirth. And the second achievement is 3,000 light. Third achievement is 12,000 light. So you want to get those achievements because those increase your multi, which increases right here, and then makes it so that you can actually rebirth sooner. So, and as you see, it takes less and less and less as you go down. You only need 15 sky to get that achievement, but it takes a minute and 45 seconds to make sky right now, and of course that'll go down as the creation skill goes up. And of course these multis right here really start to pull down your time it takes to create stuff. But we're still creating clones. We're going to go back over here to train again, just to cap out the next one, just to get it going. And then we're going to go over here to fight again. We're just going to cap down again. And we're going to up here to build. Oh, back to build. We're going to hit monument. Now, we're going to build a mighty statue, which takes 2,000 stone. So, we have auto buy missing creations on, and stones are fairly cheap to buy, so we don't need a whole lot of divinity here. And we're just going to want to increase this by 1,000. So we're just going to, we already selected 1,000 up here, which shows you right here. We're going to put 1,000 towards it, and he's going to build pretty fast. You can click the stop after finish if you want to have it automatically stop, which sometimes if you're wanting to start the next fight to get more divinity, you're going to want to go ahead and click that. But other times you just leave it off. That way, right here I'll make 45 mighty statues, and then after that's done, all these clones will move on to the upgrade, which the upgrade I guess requires 10 mountains. But that, the statue itself really doesn't increase your multi by a whole lot, your physical multi by a whole lot, but the upgrade does. It really does. And the upgrades, they increase your multi now by like 1, and then on rebirth each upgrade is 0.25% upgrade, or multi for the rebirth. So they're all capped at 20. You can do more than that. It's just you're not going to get any more multi on your rebirth after 20. You'll just keep that extra multi for this turn, or while you're in your current state of the game. So we're going to go ahead and start creating that. And that's going to, of course our divinity, you saw it dropped a bit because it bought some stuff. And anyway, since the first mighty statue was built, it unlocked the Mystic Garden. Now the Mystic Garden, because the mighty statue is your physical, the Mystic Garden does your mystic, which is your defense, also your hit point regeneration. So we got plenty of clones right now. We're just going to go ahead and start creating that. And I have these set to, this one's 45, this one 40. But, this mighty statue does physical multi by 1. Okay, but the upgrade, made it times 15. Your mystic, doing your Mystic Garden, multiplies your mystic by, I think, 6. So yeah, that's a much nicer upgrade there. I mean, 6 as opposed to 1. But as you go down the list, the multiplier keeps getting higher and higher and higher, and it's more beneficial. So that's why I have it selected for less, because they also do take a lot more time to build. Now we can't do the upgrade yet because I didn't create any forests. So we're going to go back over here to train. We're just going to cap out the next one, get that started, which that's just going to boost my physical and my mystic growth rates, because each one of these levels increases the physical and mystic. So we're going back over here to fight. Now we built a couple statues, so these clones are going to drop pretty drastically here. Okay. So we can go ahead and probably start the vampire. And of course, you see we're not quite nearly enough clones to really benefit from this. But we're still gaining clones. We're not losing clones, so that's a good thing to have. So you can just cap down the lower ones, cap him up a little bit. We're just going to go back over here to train, and we're just going to wait a minute to kind of increase the clones we have and wait for the next skill to be unlocked. And I know I'm talking a lot and I'm saying going way fast on this, but this is a I'm not starting this in the beginning. I'm starting it probably midway through, so it's not, if I was not talking, I would be going a lot faster, because I would just be clicking back and forth on different screens to get everything needed, to get everything up as quickly as I could. Now you can see here that my hit points are like down to nothing, but that's basically because of my build and my monuments. My mighty statue increases my physical, which increases my hit points. Well, the Mystic Garden increases my hit point regeneration. So I'm still regenerating very slowly, but I've boosted my hit points quite a bit through the statue and the upgrade to it. So as those fill in, you'll see, my hit points will boom, 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 down, down, down. And then as the Mystic Gardens fill in, my hit point regeneration rate will start to go up and fill in my hit points a little bit more. But anyway, we're going back here to train. And there we go. Now Throw Spears is unlocked. We can go ahead and cap that, so we can start working on that one also. Which, this, on your skills, that also opened up Dragon Fist, which is doing your Mystic, which is also doing your hit point regeneration rate. It's just your hit points are growing at the same speed as your hit point regeneration rate. Therefore, this line will stay pretty much the same until you actually start getting some hit points back. We're back over here to fight. We're just going to cap these guys down. Took way less there. We're just going to cap him up. And you can see we're a lot closer to being able to buzz through him. I think from the looks of it, we need about 3 times as many as we have here. So we need about 21,000 clones on that. So we're just back over here to build. And we want to go ahead and we're going to want to go ahead and start the Tome of Gods, which increases the attack multiplier by 30, of which that'll drastically reduce the amount of clones we need to fight monsters, and our attack will just fly up. So we're just going to want to go ahead and, we don't have 1,000, so we're just going to go down to 100, and we're just going to go boom, boom. Right now we have 700. It's going to take 24 minutes to build this upgrade. Yeah, that's quite a while. But as we increase it by 100, now it's 21 minutes. Increase it by another 100, now it's 19 minutes. And as soon as we have 100 more clones, we're going to increase it again, and it's 17 minutes. So now that's starting to build. And of course we could put more clones on there to increase it even more. But we're not going to do that right now, because right now it's more beneficial to finish these off and get stuff moving down. But we're not even going to worry about that right now. We're just going to scroll down here, and we need forest for the next one. So we're going to go ahead and click on forest, click auto buy. Let us build one forest. Actually, we'll turn auto buy off so we don't start a second one. And then we're going to create a village, turn auto buy back on. And then we can turn auto buy back off since it's already started. And we just move forward from there. Now we're just going to click on town, turn auto buy back on. We don't have enough divinity to actually buy all the resources available for this or needed for this. We can click here at more info. You can see we need 250,000 stone. I have 250,000 stone. We need 10,000 plants. I have 10,000 plants. We need 5,000 humans. I've only got 9. Now, the prerequisites is the things to make the other things. So the plants, the stuff to make the plants is going to be down here in prerequisites. The stuff to make the humans is going to be down here in prereqs. And the stuff to make the rivers is going to be down here in prereqs. So, you know, you could just go through here and buy what you need. But the prereqs, it doesn't make much sense to buy them unless you know exactly what it takes to create a human. Of which it probably tells you here 100 water, 25 plant, 25 fish, and 15 animal. Or you can just go up here and buy the humans. We'll go ahead and hit max, buy. And see, it's going to take us quite a while to get that because that was like a fifth of what we need total. So we're just going to change creation. And we're just not going to be able to get there at this point. We're building a thing that's too slow. So we're going to go back to here, turn auto buy off, and create clones, if not maxed. That way we can increase the amount of clones we're making. Anyway, we built enough, we created a forest, I think it was. Yeah, forest for the Mystic Garden upgrade. And we're just going to wait till we get 1,000 clones for that. So we can start doing that one also. And of course you can see that my my upgrade for my Mystic statue has stopped producing because it ran out of divinity to buy more mountains. And you know, the amount of materials you need increases each time. So it does take a while, and this one I don't have enough to buy 10 forests. So I need to get more divinity. So we're going back over here to train. We have already unlocked the next one. We're just going to go ahead and cap it out to start it going. And then we're just going back over here to fight. And we're just going to cap these guys down again. And we'll go ahead and, well, we could cap this guy up to start getting that to kill faster, or we can come back here and we could increase our building speed of the mighty statue. So right here is 25 seconds. We're just going to increase it by another 1,000, took it down to 10 seconds, and we'll just wait. We got another 1,000 we can put on it, but we're just going to wait to kind of show you now it's going to take 2 minutes to build the next one. Increase it by another 1,000. Takes us 1 minute and 18 seconds. So we're trying to increase this a little faster here. And of course now, you know, we still got about 7,000 clones on this guy. But now instead of needing 21,000, now, because you can see the mark here and the mark here. So when this mark gets down to here, then we'll just have the one mark left. So right now we still need 22. Actually we needed 28,000 before. Now we only need 21,000 to cap this out. And of course this line will keep dropping as the skills and the buildings get built. So we're going to go back here. We got another 1,000 clones. We're going to go back here. We're going to say, oh, 23 seconds, oh my gosh, and then boom, 15 seconds, just to get that built a little bit. We're going to check our training. We got about 2,000, 2,500 more to make before we can unlock the next one. So we're just going to go here to fight, and we're going to wait. And when that building gets built, there we go, got built right there. It dropped from here to about there, which drastically reduced the amount of clones that we need total. So we can go ahead and cap those guys down. Now we could cap this guy up, And you'll see this bar drop a little bit as we cap it up. Boom. So, and of course, once this little bit goes down, then we're at half the clones we need to really push forward. I'm just gonna cap that again now. Okay, now we're at half. So 16,000 is all we need now. And of course, this line's going to keep dropping. So the amount of clones we need over here is going to keep dropping. We're going back over here to train, and we're going to go ahead and click on the next one and start that. Now that'll start moving this line down a little bit faster than what it was. So we can go over here to cap, back over here to build, and we're just going to wait a little bit. And we're starting to get several billion divinity again, so we're just going to wait a little bit here, let this guy build. And these take longer each time they upgrade, so I guess, really this doesn't do as much as some of these other ones. But I want to get this capped out at 45 pretty quick. Now I could increase that number or lower that number, but this is where I've decided I want to keep it, just because you can get there pretty quickly. And right here we got 30 seconds left. We're just going to increase it by another 1,000, which takes it down to 22 seconds. And if you want to double the speed, you have to double the clones. So if I wanted to take that down to every time you double the clones, you cut your building speed in half. So the first 1,000, and then the second 1,000 cuts it in half. And then right here, it's only taking about a minute to upgrade that, or to build the next one. So we're just gonna sit here and wait for some clones. We can check training. Yeah, training's not doing the greatest. We still got a ways, but you can see this went down quite a bit. So we can cap those guys down, and that way it recoups a little bit of our clones so that we can put them back on this. And as far as right now goes, as long as I'm not pushing forward on my fighting, my divinity rate is going to stay the same, or my speed at which I'm gaining divinity is going to stay the same. The only way I'm going to get more divinity quicker is to start fighting the next guys down. But right now, if I started fighting the Lamia, I would start to lose some clones. But losing clones isn't really a bad thing, because if you check over here on the rebirth panel, let's see, if you check up here on clones, my max clones for this rebirth is 96,737, and my max 3 clones on rebirth after rebirthing is 98,222. Of course, that increases by 1 for every 20 clones I make, and also increases by 1 for every 20 clones die. So if you want to increase this quickly, one, you'd want to wait till you had close to your max clones, and then just throw them on something that's going to kill them quick, and then that'll just make your max clones for your next rebirth fly and soar. Which I did that early on just to get up to a halfway decent amount of clones, which I should have done it before I rebirthed this time, just to increase the amount of clones I could have this time. But you can see this is still dropping pretty quickly. We're going back over here to build, and it's still taking about a minute. We're just going to put another 1,000 on it, and then we're close to another 1,000 here. But we're going to go check the train. The next one is unlocked, so we're just going to start on it. Back here to build. And we're going to wait until we have 1,000 clones. Okay, we have 1,000, so we're just going to increase that again. Which, okay, this one's going to be down to 19 seconds. Go back over here to fight, and of course, oops, Well, we can probably cap him and regain some of our clones. Cap that, regain some of our clones. And bada bing, bada boom. Now we're getting some of our clones back so that we can actually push them towards building some more. And this is like 51 seconds. We're just going to keep increasing him just to knock this down a little bit. Just to keep increasing the amount that we have. Now, I mean, my divinity is still growing, but I'm not buying a whole lot because I'm not completing a whole lot of buildings. And that's by design. I don't want to grow too fast and then end up having no divinity growth. But some of these are, things that pop up or just kind of things that tell you, hey, you've killed 10,000 of this guy, or you've trained this to 10,000 points, now you're increased your multi, blah blah blah. So 51 seconds, we're still not at 1,000. We're gonna go over to fight. We're just gonna cap this down, cap that down. I mean, look, we gained 2,000 clones back, so apply those directly to here, and we'll just, 30 seconds to increase this, or to build the next one. So we're just going to keep going like that. And what we want to do is we want to get this down to about 1,000 clones before we go to the next one, just to reduce the amount that we're losing to it. And we're just going to go ahead and put 1,000 towards the upgrade here, just because this is really going to boost us a lot more than this one. It's going to take a little bit longer to build because we don't have as many clones on it. Well, you can see it took about half my divinity, so I'm not going to get a whole lot of stuff out of this. We're going to put another 1,000 on it, take it down to 40 seconds, and we're about 2,000 away from being able to do the next training. So we're going back over here to build, and we're just going to wait and just watch. Okay, that was built. This one's still in process. We're just going to cap these down just to recoup some. We're going to go put another 1,000 on him just to increase the speed at which he's growing. Boom. And we don't have enough divinity to build the next one, so it stopped producing. We're just going to cap that. Now instead of the 3,000, we have 4,000. So we're just going to go ahead and put that couple thousand right onto here, just to increase this boating speed a little bit more. And it built again, so we're going to cap those guys down. Back over here to train, look where the next one's available, so we're just going to go ahead and click it. As you can see, my hit points still are staying pretty steady percentage wise, so we're really going to need to start doing the Mystic Garden and the Mystic Garden upgrade. But as far as it goes right now, it's not imperative that we do that. And of course, when the Tomb of Gods gets completed, it'll unlock the next one. We're going to go ahead and do one for the upgrade here. And it's going to take about 2 minutes. We're going to here to fight. We're just going to cap these guys down again, just to try to recoup some of those clones, so we can apply them to the upgrades. Because we're going to show you here, after this upgrade, that this bar is going to start moving forward a little bit more. And this is a pretty boring game. It's not something you play and you're all excited and seeing things get done. But this is, you are seeing things get done because you're seeing things grow. And my thing that I love the most about this is the buildings and how much that increases your power. So anyway, he's gonna get this built, which is gonna stop because I don't have enough divinity to purchase the next one anyway. Oh, nope, it continued on to the next one. I guess I did have enough. So now this will start to actually, see, it just moved forward a little bit, and moved forward a little bit, and moved forward a little bit. See, I'm starting to get my hit points filled up now. And that's a good thing. We're going back over here to fight. We're just going to cap these guys down again. And right now, I mean, I wanted to get down to about 1,000, but I really need to get that divinity moving. So we're just going to go ahead and kind of try to get more clones here than we have here. So we're just going to keep hitting cap to take some away. And there we go. Now we have more. So we're just going to boom, push them down there. And of course something must have gotten built because now 600. So we're just going to apply those straight in there. Let him keep building. We're going to go here to train, and we're just going to wait because we're almost to the point where we can actually start the next one. If you scroll up, you can see where your level is for your previous ones. And I mean, you could put next at, you know, like if I want to stop him at 100,000, we just put next at 100,000. And after he gets 100,000, this clone will move down, and it'll just cascade down. Not much point in that right now since it only takes one clone on these. So really, you're going to be further ahead to keep that one clone on this than you are to move them down. Because at least it's still going to be growing. And I mean, you know, it's only 114 undecillion physical per second. You know, but the lower ones do give you more, but just keep it there. It just keeps growing, and it's only one clone. But dive with sharks, you know, this one's capped at 759 clones. So cap it, and of course it splits my clones between this and skill. So we've got 380 clones on here. We're halfway, so we need 380 times 2, which is 760, to cap that out. So we're just going to wait till we get 760. Boom. Cap it. Now we're capped out. Now this is capped at 759. I think every 4 minutes it goes down by 1. And that's because, or maybe every 5 minutes. That's because if you go here to fight and special, it uses these skills once a minute, every one of them. And I think it's 5 skill uses reduces the amount, the clones needed to work that skill by 1. You could actually turn off auto and fight it yourself, and then kind of target what skill you want to reduce. But it's just easier to keep on auto, because if you go fight, it's not gonna work well. At least not until you get your skills up to about 1,000,000 each or higher. So I mean, we're quite a ways away from that. We're not even at 100,000 yet. We're going back here to build. We're just going to look at it. Okay, first Tome of Gods was completed, which unlocks a Everlasting Lighthouse, which increases your creating multi by 150. So that's definitely something worth doing, because that just increases the speed at which you create. So we're going to put 1,000 on that. And this is why we built all this stuff earlier, is because this needs, what, 250,000 light and 50,000 stone. The one before it needed 5,000 stone and 5 humans. so we can just automatically buy those, which is that's why we went over here to create, and we just started creating everything just so that we can buy them. So we're going back here to monument, over here to fight. We're going back in pets and check on our pets. This guy's got 153 left, so we're just going to go ahead and visit him. And we're going to see that his physical is 94 and his mystic's 126. So we're just going to create more. We're going to go 94. I think it was 126, which increases experience gain quite a bit. We hit back, and then we'll just visit this guy. And 108, 104. We're going to create 108 and 104, and that increased the amount of experience he's getting per kill by about 3. We head back, and we're going to visit this guy, 88 and 104. So we're just going to increase the clone's skills here, and then we're just going to go back again, and we're just going to distribute just to get as many on these guys as we can for now. And as they beat these guys, they do get added back up here. So, you know, I mean, right now I could increase about 6,000 for monster kills or whatnot. We're going to go ahead and cap these down again, just to recoup those guys. And you know, since we added Lamia, we are getting Divinity at a slightly faster pace than we were. We're going to go ahead and cap him up. Ideally, you'd want to get him killing this faster. But one of the ways to get him killing this faster is we can add a whole bunch of clones to him just to get him to kill us faster. Or you can build. And building to me seems like a better option, because it's increasing it quite drastically. Anyway, we built another mighty statue, so we can go back over here. We can cap this down, recoup some, and we can check our training. Oh, the next one's unlocked, so we can just go ahead and start that. Now, we could keep because it's went down to 758. We can cap him down, but we don't need a whole lot of clones on him. I mean, the 758 clones will keep him going at the same speed of everything else at 1 clones. But really, the only real goal is to get the cap that number down. So we want to get these clones back. We're just going to drop them down, go up here to 100, increase both of them by, you know, the skill and the physical by 100, and it slows him down a little bit. You can see he's not gaining as fast as everyone else above him. But it freed up a lot of clones, so we can cap this, have a little more clones on him to increase his growth rate, which will increase the speed at which we unlock the next one. So really, that's all we're wanting to do right now, is just, now we need like 2,700 clones to get him going at full speed. So we're going over here. We're just going to cap him down. Not much we can do there. Now he is building half speed, so he is still really kind of working it. You know, he's gaining definitely faster than the Dive with Sharks, but Dive with Sharks is max or capped at 757. This one's capped at 2,700. You know, the next one's, I mean, it's just higher and higher and higher. But you're not going to have enough clones to cap these and keep these all capped, which is why you need the cap number to drop. So just continually moving down the list is going to do a lot more for you than keeping this guy capped, because it'll reduce the amount that you need for cap for each one, and they don't start reducing the amount that they need for the cap until you unlock them, because it can't use the skill on the fight page until they're unlocked. So you kind of want to get these started as quickly as possible. We're going back over here to fight. We're just going to cap that guy down again. I'm back over here to build, and we're almost done building this guy. I mean, we're almost at 30. So we're just going to increase. Oop, well, we only did 100, so we're just going to. There we go. We're just going to increase him. Increase his speed a little bit. And we're still taking about a minute. But that'll reduce the amount of stuff we need there, so we can just kind of wait until we get another 1,000 clones. And I mean, you could put this stuff on, you know, your clones on other things that are more beneficial to you. But for right now, I want to get this guy done relatively quickly because he's the fastest one. We'll put another 1,000 clones on that and kind of sit here and wait a little bit. So we only got 15 left to make, which is about 15 minutes. And we only got about a third of our total max clones. So we have plenty. So he built again. Go here to fight. And cap this guy down again. Cap that guy down again. And let's go over here to train and kind of watch this guy a little bit. Not much to do there. So we can cap that to get those 2 clones back. Again, one for the physical and one for the skill. So he's still growing. We can go over here to build again, and we just, I mean, it depends on what you want to do and how you want to build your character. Again, I want to get these mighty statues done. I can go ahead and put it towards the upgrade, which will definitely increase my skill a lot quicker. So, I mean, right now the mighty statue is 240 times. So that's quite a boost. Mystic Gardens 450 times, and that's, you know, and then Tome of Gods is still only at 30 times. So I mean, we could increase this, which will increase our attack drastically, or our battle. Well, increases your battle, which increases your attack. And then again, that's 1 for 1. So that's way better than the physical, but the physical also gets us hit points. And we need hit points right now too. And we got another 1,000 sitting around, so we're just gonna. I want to apply those to this instead, because I want to increase the upgrade quicker. Now I think once the upgrade gets here, it's probably going to stop again because we don't have enough divinity to buy that many mountains. Nope, we have enough divinity to buy 1 more. So we're just going to put another 1,000 on this guy. Get back over here to fight. I'm just going to cap this guy down. And, you know, we're getting closer to this being 1. And we're getting kind of close for this too. Like this will take quite a while though. But really, every time these goes down, this one goes down too. So it really takes less and less and less. And as the skills and everything else go up, okay, now that's off of there. We only got 9 or 11 more of these to make. So we're just gonna go put this 3,000 right on him. just to speed that up. I know there's faster ways to do it. It's just this works for me. And I'll tell you why. Because your hit points increases the hit points of your clones. Your attack increases the attack of your clones. Your physical increases the physical of your clones. Your mystic increases the mystic of the clones. Me, the more hit points your clones have, the less clones actually die. Now that doesn't help you for increasing your max clones for the next rebirth, but it does help you with not losing as many clones to the monsters in the beginning, to where you can actually get your clones capped out. Because once you get your clones capped out, you can just kill them off, let them grow back up, kill them off, let them grow back up, kill them off, let them grow back up, and increase your max clones for the next round, or for the next rebirth. But for right now, we want to get them killing monsters a little more efficiently, which the most efficient way we can kill monsters right now is just to increase the ability of Tome of Gods and let that keep pushing forward. But that really only increases their attack. It doesn't increase their survivability. So you're still going to be losing a lot of clones. And by losing a lot of clones, you're still going to, it's going to take you a lot longer to get max clones. And my main objective right now is to get to the max clones. So we're just going to put another 1,000 on Mighty Statues. And we're going back over here to fight. We're just going to cap him down. And the Lamia, it's going to take about 4 times this many. So 16,000 would be the cap on him. We're going back over here and we're going to check training. And training, we've unlocked the next one, so we're just going to cap that. We're going to reduce him down to nothing. Put him back at 100. Recap that. Now, right here is about 3 times this amount. So whenever we get 1602, actually it's not even 1602. Yeah, when we get 1602, it should put him at half speed, because right now he's at a 1/3 speed. So we're going back over here to fight. I'm just going to cap these guys down again. Over here to build. And it's still moving. Not much we can do. That's taking quite a long time to build a lot of these. And we're back to training. We'll just sit here and wait until we have 1,600 clones. Like I said, this is not a very fast-paced game or whatever. It does cause you to think a little bit more. Not that there's a whole lot of thinking in what I'm doing. It's just if you want to target one area quickly, you could think a little bit. If I wanted to spend more time just raising my defense, I could drop the clones off of the physical training and put them on the skills training to increase just my defense and my regeneration, my hit point regeneration rate a lot quicker. So, of course, if you want to increase your defense too, you could just go over here to build, and you could build a whole bunch of Mystic Gardens quicker. So it's really kind of targeting what you want to do. Anyway, we got the clones now, so we're just going to cap that. Now he's at half speed, so that's good enough for me for now. Back over here to fight. Cap him down again. And you can see this bar is moving slightly, because right here it's you got this bar, and then this bar. As this bar goes down, then this bar will start moving, then this bar will start moving. So right here we can watch it go down if we want. We could put more clones on it just to help get that bar filled in. Now we're down to 2 bars, so we can watch this bar drop. a little faster. Of course, it's not going to drop a whole lot until one of our buildings gets built, but the training is really where the majority of these bars drop from. Of course, plus the battle from killing these guys helps also. As you can see, it's moving. It is moving. So I mean, we can cap this guy down again, cap this guy up again. Now we can watch that bar moved a little bit more because we have more clones on it. Therefore, it takes less time to kill him. So anyway, we're going back over here to we're going to check our training again. We got a ways to go for the walk on water to unlock the next one. So we're going back over here to build, and we got 5 more mighty statues to build. So there's 5 more. To get to the number that I predetermined for myself, as this is where I'm stopping. Four more, and it's only still taking about a minute because I keep increasing the amount of clones here. So I mean, I'm trying to keep it right around a minute for this guy. I'm just going to go ahead and add another 1,000 clones. I mean, it's not really, at this point, it's not going to reduce the amount of time a whole lot. I mean, it would reduce the other one's times a lot more. Like this, it would take like 30 minutes off of this one. This one would take 7 minutes off, and this one would take about 4.5 minutes off. You know, up here it probably took a second or 2 off. But again, I'm trying to get this one to my target, just to increase my hit points and my attack somewhat, because it'll increase my physical, and a quarter of the physical goes to it. You know, 4 physical equals 1 attack. So we're just trying to get that slowly built there. And we got 3 left. We're going to go here to fight. We're just going to cap him down. You can see that this bar is almost completely gone. So another 2 or 3 buildings and the Lamia will be being killed relatively quickly. So we're going to, you know, 37 seconds, we're just going to put him out of there, and 34 seconds. So we lost like 3 seconds. Not a big loss, but we have 25,000 clones on this. That's over half of the total clones we have right now. So we're just going to go ahead and keep doing this for a while, just to get this capped. Or not capped, to my predetermined cap, to where I said I want to stop. There's other things you can do. You can go up here to the AFK mode, of which that'll just bring up this screen where it says, you know, hey, blah blah blah, your stuff's still growing at the same speed, it's just taking less resources from your computer. Not a big deal. You can go here to show AFK God, which this is kind of a little fun little mini game. Your firing speed, you get your power, you have your clone hit points, and you have your clone count. Well, let's say we want it, then you have your experience. And we're only getting 1 experience per kill because we only have 1 clone, and his hit point is only 1. So we want to increase this a little bit here. We're going to increase our clones. So we can only kill 1 at a time. So we're going to increase our power, and I like to keep power and firing speed around the same. So now we're getting 1.87 XP per kill. So we're going to go ahead and increase our clone count to 3. Now we're getting 2.69. Now, we're going to go ahead and increase the hit points because we're still killing them all. Actually, we're just going to increase those one more. We're still killing them all in one shot, so we're going to increase their hit points. We're still killing them in one shot, but we're now getting more XP. Oh, nope, we didn't. We missed one. And when you miss one, sometimes it's easier just to increase it by 10 to guarantee you're not going to miss them again. We're going to increase the hit points to 3. And we're going to check to make sure we're still killing all 3 of them. Yes, we are. And now we're getting 9 experience per kill. And we're going to increase the clone count by 1 more. And we're still killing them all in one shot. And basically what this is you take your clone count by your times your clone hit points, which would be 12. And your power has to be higher than that, or else you're not going to kill them all. Or at least that's kind of the rule of thumb I go with. And I'm getting 11.66 per kill. And to increase this by 1 more, I seem to have lost my bar that tells me how many experience I need for this. Where'd the bar go? The bar seems to have disappeared for this. But you can change it from aura ball to present, because we're in the holiday spirit now. Or if you're a girl, you can go with hearts, because hearts are pretty. Or you can just go back to the aura ball, because it is not Christmas time and we are not a girl. Anyway, when you're this will just continue to go the whole time you're playing. It really doesn't affect much. The higher you get these things, you do get a multi for it. So, but that multi is the highest he's ever been. So, at some point, spend some time upgrading this stuff, just to get that kind of hidden multi up a little bit, and then, or just max that stuff out before you rebirth. Anyway, we've built all of our mighty statues that we determined we want to build. So we're going to go ahead and, we can't do the upgrade because we just don't have enough. So now we're going to kind of try to work a little bit more evenly on stuff. We're going to increase that, we're going to increase this, we're going to increase that. And then we're just going to go ahead and push this guy forward kind of as much as possible here, just to increase this, because we want to get this guy capped out too. And right now it's taking 48 seconds. Now that'll build and get longer as the count goes up. But for now, we're happy with kind of where we're at. We can go over here to train. We can see that, we unlocked the next one. So we're just going to cap it, drop those down, increase that by 100, cap him again. And we need about 2,300 clones to get him to go at half speed. So we're going to go over here to fight. We're just going to cap him down. And as you can see, I mean, he is dropping, and he is dropping fairly decently. Of course, if you watch it, it's going to take a while, but we've got nothing but time here, so anyway, we're going to kind of skip this for a little bit. We're going back over to pets. We're going to check them. They're all still over 1,000, so we're good with that. We're going to go over here to gods. And right here our power level is 6.97 Quattrodecillion. So Trodecillion, he's easy to kill. Tredecillion, he's easy to kill. And this guy is going to be impossible for us because we don't have enough power level for that. So we're going to fight Nyx, and we're going to fight Luna, and Luna's going to take a little bit longer. But there we go, she's dead. That unlocked 2 more things that we can create. We're going back over here to the god powers, and we have 8. We want 2 more. so that we can buy another building increase. There's other things you can buy too. I mean, you can double your statistic multiplier, which that would be something cool to have. Increase the count of your creations per bar by 1, which means instead of creating 1 item, you want to create 2, which, you know, that would be kind of cool. Increase your maximum clones by 1 instantly. Worthless to buy, okay? Increases your maximum clones by 1,000 instantly. A little bit better of a buy. I mean, for 3 god power you can do 1,000, or 1 god power you can do 1. Kind of unfair here. So, whatever. Increases your maximum clones by 10,000 instantly for 25, which, you know, still a little bit better. I mean, this would have been 30 to get the same thing. Of course, this would be 1,000 to get the same thing as that. So it's a little bit better of a price there. Reduce the chance of loss of the Ball Slayer game. And I mean, down the road, eventually, yeah. Keep 10% of your levels from the Ball Slayer game after Rebirth. Yeah, down the road. You know, this isn't stuff that you really need to concern with when starting the game, or even where I'm at in it. Increases the chance to score twice as many points in the Ball Slayer, 5%. Again, that's a later type of thing. Increases the white area of the top of the Ball Slayer by 1 pixel. That'll be beneficial way later in the game. Change your gender? I don't think so. Change your name? Yeah, we don't care about that either. Decrease auto buy cost, which that's kind of worth having, because that'll allow you to, because you do take a penalty for auto buy on producing or creating items, and also on buying the stuff you need to do the upgrades to buildings, or to build your buildings. So yeah, that's really kind of probably where I should be putting some of my points right now, but we're not even going to worry about that right now, because really until we get the building speed way up, not even worried. Pet half stats. This will unlock a button to create clones with half the stats of your pets. That would be beneficial, but it's a very high price. So that will be a later thing, because, you know, right now we're only getting about 10 or 15 god points per rebirth, so not really the best option to buy, because it would take days to rebirth just to get that. And some of these other ones are just kind of whatever. Create up to blah 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 999,000 clones at once. You know, you can click that, it'll take me to my maximum clones, but 3 god power, I'd rather just build my clones. And then these are, you know, these are all temporary things that only apply during this rebirth. Increase your divinity, which if you wanted to, you know, have enough divinity to buy a whole bunch of stuff. But again, these are kind of wastes of god powers, because this only affects this rebirth. Later in the game, when you can have 999,000 clones, probably worth it here, just to get that quickly. But anyway, that covers pretty much the stuff you can buy with that. There's other things you can buy with spending real money. Is you can buy, you know, 5 god power for $2.50. Kind of steep. Kind of steep on all of those. Lucky draws. You know, I have 11 tickets for free draws. You cannot draw during the Ultimate Ball Challenge, so I'm kind of saving those because I can't draw. And there's things you can get with that. And the last time I got 2 Mighty Food, but those disappear after your rebirth. And you can buy free draws. Those, you know, they're not free at that point, or lucky draws rather, but not really into all that. Daily packs. Lucky, you know, an additional lucky draw and 2 god power once a day for 15 or 30 days, and a little bit better of a price. Really, that's not that bad. I mean, pet token, I don't even know. Unlock special pets. I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure why buying one here and buying one here are two different prices, unless once you buy this one you can't buy it again. And then improved crystal upgrades. I'm not there yet. Crystal equipment slot. I'm not there yet. Next for challenges. Yeah, I'm not even there yet. This will keep your pet food after rebirth. Kind of expensive. Unlimited gender changes. I don't see why you would want to do that. Ultimate Shadow Summon, creating shadow with this, you will max them instantly. Not really. Yeah, not really, because you have to use one for each rebirth, and that's kind of just to increase the speed of, to make your shadows, your clones summon at the fastest possible rate. That's really not that big of a deal to me. Double speeded creating creations and clones for 90 minutes. Yeah, I don't see the point in that either. I mean, whatever. And this will do it until your next rebirth, which would be more beneficial than the 90-minute one. But again, I don't see where buying that is that good of a deal. Increase your chakra and let your clones build faster. Doubles the speed to build monuments and upgrades for 90 minutes. Again, not that big of a fan of it. And then this one is the chakra pill, which increases your building speed until your next rebirth, which, a little bit better, but again, I'm not worried about it. So that's stuff you can buy with real money. And if you like the game, you can always do that kind of stuff. It'll help the guy out that built this. So. Anyway, we got plenty of clones to get him at half speed. We can go back over here to build, and now we can kind of increase our build speed a little bit more. We're going to see what he's at. Okay, he's at almost 2 minutes per upgrade. That's kind of slow, but I think I want to do my upgrade here. I'm back at on 100. I changed that. So we're just going to go ahead and spend some of our divinity to get this guy moving forward again. And of course, we're going to down here. We're just going to cap these guys quick. Go back here to build, and we're going to wait until it's done building this. And we can put 1,000 towards that again. Okay, now that's built. He's done. Oh, we got 7,000. Shoot. I guess we could kind of increase these guys a little bit here. Go back over to fight and see what that upgrade did for me. 5,287 down to 4,572. So what was that? 1,300 or just about 1,000. We're just going to reduce the vampires too, reduce the amount of clones we're using on them. And so we could start the dragon with about 4,000 clones and probably have pretty good success with them. But we're just gonna go around here and check. We're gonna see where he's at again. It's still about 2 minutes. So, it's going to be a while. Oh, we could go ahead and do the upgrade there, or we could, this we're not even close to. So we're going to go here to create. And we're going to go down, because we want to actually start moving forward. I think that was towns for the tome. No, villages for the tome. Okay, so we're going to turn this off. We're going to come down here to town. Oh, we don't need towns. Or do we need towns? I don't remember. Was it villages? Yeah, it was villages. We don't even need towns yet. Here, we'll just turn that back off. Back up here to light. We'll turn that back on. I'm sorry. Getting ahead of myself. So we're gonna put 1,000 towards the tome upgrade. We're gonna put another 1,000 towards it. It's gonna take 4 minutes to get this. Now, what this is going to do is this is just going to drop this number drastically here. So it's going to allow us to recoup a lot of these clones and just apply those clones straight to the dragon, of which we could put 720 on there. We're still gaining clones faster than they're dying, so that's a good thing. We just drop him, raise him, kind of increase our dragon kill speed a little bit. Now, this is going to create me a lot of attack, which is going to, okay, so we're just going to wait until he gets another built, and then we're just going to cap these down, cap him up. Now, we're building more clones, but we're also increasing our attack, which is going to drop these. Okay, but our training also is helping and everything else, and we're just killing time while we're building a building. And we're going to do this till he's about five kills. I think we have plenty of time for that. Yeah, we have plenty of time for that. So we're dropping what, about 14? I think it was 14 there. 96. We're going to drop him another, what, 13? 83. We're going to drop him another 12. So as you can see, each one of these, the time it takes is causing us to drop, and now it's down to 11. So it's going to be less and less and less. There's 12 again. And we got about 2 minutes left on the upgrade, so we're going to do this for a while. And of course, we're still building more and more clones, so plus it's taking less time for each dragon to die now because we have more clones on it. But now we're getting divinity at a slightly faster rate, of which we need. So we're just going to keep pumping him up a little bit more. We're going to check the build speed again. About a minute. So when my clock says another minute has passed, we'll just go ahead back and wait on it. So we're just going to keep doing this just because we want to keep increasing him. And we're going to show you what this really does, or how much. There we go, 44. We got 46 seconds left, so I'm just gonna wait. Now, I mean, this is dropping still, okay? We're gonna check this, and we're at 27 seconds. So, anyway, in 27 seconds, we should probably drop maybe 100 clones on the Lamia, maybe 100. So once this is built, we're going to see just how many clones we actually dropped, because it's going to be quite a bit. Of course, he's probably not going to be able to build again. Nope, he's going to build again. So we're just going back here to fight. We're going to say 4,000. Boom. We dropped it by a quarter, or down to a quarter of what it was. Now, that is worth doing. And you'll ask, well, why didn't you do that earlier? Because you can move down faster. No, no, you need to be able to reduce the amount of the guys dying. So anyway, we could apply those clones straight to here, or we can just go ahead and start our next training. And we got him half speed, so, and we're getting close to the end of the training list. I'm back over here to build. We're just gonna look at it. We'll go back and fight. And we're gonna go ahead and increase the amount of clones we have going to the dragon. Just because we do want. Anyway, when you're building these upgrades here, it's not gonna cut it down to a quarter each time. That was the first one we built. That's going to be our biggest, probably our biggest reduction. But further on down the line, for the monsters you're fighting, sorry, further on down the line for the monsters you're fighting, it will help quite a bit. But as far as right now, it's not really going to help. I mean, it's going to help a lot still. I mean, this one really does help a lot, especially early on in the game. But we can go here to Rebirth and look at it. We're almost, we're getting really close with the physical multi being able to be rebirthed. The Mystic multi, quite a ways away still. The Battle multi, quite a ways away still. And the Creating multi is really, really far away. So we don't want that. But we're max. Oops. Oh, I guess we're maxed at 99,999, and we can't get any. Yeah, we can't get any higher than that on the Ultimate Bowl Challenge. I'm pretty sure on the main game, once I get out of the challenge, I can go back to 999,999. But for the Ultimate Bowl Challenge, I guess it's just under 100,000. So we've capped that. There's no point in killing off all of our guys like I was going to do here in a little bit. So anyway, back over here to create. Oops, monument. And we're still moving. It's very slow. We'll go over here to fight. We're just going to cap this guy, cap that guy. And just go back over here to build. And we're going to go back to 1,000. And we're going to double his speed, because I want to get that done. I want to get to the next rung of this. We'll go ahead and turn this back over to stats. We could go to info, which is your connection. You save online, load online, where you can save internally and then load from internal. Really though, you can reset the game, which takes all your hard work away from you, which wouldn't make any sense to me, especially, I mean, unless you've already beat the game completely. As far as building, you can also build a divinity generator, but you need to build a temple to God first to unlock it. The divinity generator doesn't seem to be very effective to me. You have to create like stones or light or soil, and then feed them into the divinity generator to create divinity from what you created. And you can buy the items just to constantly feed the thing, but if you buy the items, you're spending way more divinity buying the items than you're actually generating from destroying the items. And that's the most efficient way to do it. So being at that, you're probably better off just buy the materials you need to create the items you need to create to push forward. But it's six of one, half dozen of the other. Planet, you can build a planet. I think you have to have a planet, and then you put your stuff on the planet, and then it unlocks the ultimate being, and then you kill the ultimate beings and all this other crap. But back to creation, I'll show you the planet here. Still need to defeat Jupiter to unlock planet, and it's what? It doesn't even tell me what I need for it yet. No, it doesn't even tell me what I need for it. But to build a moon, which is a step below a planet, you need 1.5 or 150 billion stone and one night. A night is 2 sky. A sky is 100 million light, 3 billion air, and 1 weather. 1 weather is 1 billion air, 100 million water, 5 ocean, and 1 continent. So, I mean, you can see it's very, very costly to build a planet. And then I think that to start actually doing stuff with your planet, you need to build an Earth-like planet, which is way more costly than the planet. I mean, way more costly than the planet. And eventually, solar system, sun, galaxy, universe, which universe is just astronomically difficult to build. So we're going to pay more attention to this here in a little bit, because these multis will start to fill in once my clone count gets capped. But we're going to go back to this, to the monuments. Oh, we built our next upgrade there. We can go over here to fight. We can hit cap. Oh yeah, we got some guys back. And we can either put cap to push those guys back on there, or we can put them towards building. I'm going to say building would be more efficient for me. But we're going to check training first, make sure, yeah, we don't have anything else unlocked. And the Mystic Garden is still taking forever to build. So we're just going to go ahead and increase that a little bit, just to reduce the amount of time it's going to take. And that's basically all we can do. And again, Mystic does our defense and our hit point regeneration. Unfortunately, with defense and hit point regeneration, this isn't going to reduce the amount of clones we need to fight a whole lot. It's going to do it a little bit, but not a lot. It's going to reduce the amount of clones that die during the fight. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other. If you want to get your max clones out there as quickly as possible, that's really something you need to have, is to increase the defense capabilities of your clones. What's going to reduce these numbers, the amount of clones you need to do a fight, that's your attack. That's how much attack you're doing. And I did not want to do that, but I did it, so I'm the type of person that once I do it, it stays. So we're at about 1.5 minutes for the next Mystic Garden. And we're just going to try to accelerate this. We still need 19 more Mystic Gardens. Oh, here we go. We got the Godliest statue unlocked too. And the lighthouse increases your creating multi, which increases the speed at which you create things. So, beneficial? Yes. Does it help you with fighting? No. But it will also increase your hit points slightly, which increases, whatever. Anyway, down to Godly Statue. This is where it starts to get good as far as creating. Okay, for a Godly Statue, you need a lot of resources. 1 mountain, 100,000 stone, and 25,000 water. That's for the first one. But your 4 power stats it increases the multi by 200 per godly statue. So essentially what that's saying is your attack, I'm sorry, not your attack, your physical, your mystic, your battle, and your creating are all being multiplied by 200 per godly statue. Okay, and your physical and your battle are going to increase your attack, which, and your mystic is going to increase your defense, and your creating is going to increase your hit points a little bit. Your physical is going to increase your hit points also. So that is really the best option you have for increasing everything across the board. And this will increase, way better than your defense, way better than your attack, and way better than just your creating. So since we unlocked it, we're going to go ahead, come up here, and right now we got 1,000 on it, which is going to take 2 hours and 24 minutes to build. We're just going to go ahead and put another 1,000, 12 minutes, or 1 hour 12 minutes. We're just going to go ahead and reduce this down because we don't need it to build overly fast. We want this one to build overly fast. We want to increase this to get this built, and we got it down to 4 minutes. Mystic Garden's going to take forever, but it's okay. It's fine. We're going to drop every one of those down. And we got the godly statue down to 3 minutes, which that to me is respectable, because everything is going to blow up with the godly statue. And I know you're asking, why didn't you go from Mighty Statue, then throw everything to Mystic Garden, and throw everything to Tomb of Gods, then throw everything to Everlasting Lighthouse, just to get to the godly statue quicker? Because you don't go right for the end when you still get a lot of benefit from these, especially early on in the game. At this point, I'm not getting as much benefit from this as I was. But when I started building these, I was getting huge benefit from it. Way quicker than I could actually build a godly statue. So, you kind of got to weigh your options here. We can move on to moving mountains. So we're just going to go ahead and cap that. We're going to reduce the gravity, and we're just going to put 100 clones on him. I'm just going to cap this again. Now we need about 4,000 clones to get this guy to going half speed, and this is capped at 12,000 clones. So that's like 24 or 20, almost 25,000 clones between the physical and the skill training. That's a lot of your clones. You don't really want that. So we got him capped at half speed, which is 6,000. So we're going to be good with that. We're going to be real good with that. And we're going back over here to fight. And we're going to see that the dragon is now just... He's nothing. He's nothing. He's nobody. We're going to cap the Lamia down, cap the vampire down. We're just going back over here to build. And we're going to look and we're going to say, well, we got another minute before we build this. We're going to increase that speed just a little bit. Because right now with 43,000 clones on him, and not having much time left, it's only going to do a couple of seconds. So, anyway, I'm trying to think of anything else I can do while I'm waiting. We can see it's 35 seconds left. We're going to fight. We're just going to cap this guy down again. Cap that. You only got 2 clones back. And this guy is still quite a ways away from being able to start dropping the clones on this. So we're just going to go back here to build, and we're just going to wait. Oh, what do we have? 7,000 clones there? Okay. So we're just going to wait. And we're going to look, and we're going to go blah, blah, blah. And we're going to see, okay, we got 3 seconds left. Boom. Okay, he's built. The first one of that's built. We're just going to put 1,000 clones to the pyramids, but we'll show you that here in a minute. It really didn't decrease this guy a whole lot, and it won't. But we're just going to look 113 down to 109. We still can't reduce him down to 1. So we got a ways to go still. We're going to look up here and we're going to say, oh, this takes 1 nation to build the upgrade, and the upgrade is a lot more powerful than this. Okay, this is 200. I don't remember what the upgrade does, but it way more powerful. Anyway, we can go on to the pyramids of power if we wish. And the pyramid of power costs a lot more. It's 50,000 water, 500,000 stone, 200,000 light. And it takes, well, right now I got 1,000 clones on it, so it's going to take 6 hours to build one. But this one increases the 4 power stats by 600. And the other one, the godly statue, was only 200. So this is 3 times as good. And again, the power stats are physical, mystic, battle, and creating. So we're going to want to kind of get this one built now. So we're just going to drop this up here. But we want to keep it moving somewhat. And that's, almost 2 hours to build that. But remember, this was at 6 hours. Now we're down to 32 minutes. So now we're down to 8 minutes. And 8 minutes, 11 seconds. Put another 1,000 on it. We took off like 13 seconds. So I'm back over here to fight. We can see that he's still not really moving down, and we're not really getting any more benefit from anything. We can check training. Yeah, training is still moving forward. Not a huge deal. We could probably cap to recoup 2 clones. And we're still like 20,000 clones away from being capped, so I'm back over here to fight. We can just look at this for a minute and just go, Now it says 0 battle per second with 1 clone. Well, that's exactly what we're getting. I mean, when you got 7,000 clones on the guy, you're not going to get a whole bunch of battle per second. Now this one up here is 39 duodecillion battle per second with 1 clone. Well, that seems a lot higher than the dragon. We still got 106 clones on him. This one we got 2 clones. It's 1.5 tredecillion battle per second per clone. With 1 clone. I'm sorry, with 1 clone. That's a lot better. And then this one up here is 2.347 tredecillion battle per second with 1 clone. But we only got 1 clone on him, so So anyway, since this guy has 2, whenever he's down to 1 clone, it'll be just over 3 tredecillion battle per second with that 1 clone, which is higher than this. So each one of these gets higher and higher and higher. And it doesn't really tell you how much divinity you gain by doing these, so we're just going to cap that down again. We got 3 clones. When this guy gets down to 100, this one should go down to 1. Okay, so we got 3 clones left to do to get this down to 1. We're just going to try to make that happen here. It doesn't look like it's going to, so we're just going to go over here to build. And we're at 5 minutes 50 seconds. We're going to do another 2,000 here, and it's 5 minutes 32 seconds. So we took what, like 18 seconds off. Not a huge deal. I mean, again, we've been better off doing some other things. But these do produce a lot more and of everything. But we'll go back and revisit these other ones here in a little bit. As far as that goes. And we're going back over here to fight. We're going to see, okay, we're down to, we went down by 1. Ooh, yay. And we got another 1,000 clones, so we can apply them straight to the dragon if we want, which will, reduce the amount of time it takes to kill a dragon. Which should also allow us to get the number from Lamia down too. A little quicker, not a whole lot, but a little bit. And we're just going to keep applying more until we get Lamia down. Once we get Lamia down to 100 and the Vampire down to 1, we're going to say yay. There we go. Yay. Anyway, see, like I said, it's going to be just over 3 Tredecillion battle per second with 1 clone. And it is just over 3 point, it's just like 3.158 Tredecillion battle per second. This is moved up to 40 duodecillion. Oh, just moved to 41 duodecillion. Which means we can probably recap him and go take it to 99. Nope. Huh. Surprised. So if you multiply that by 100, that's going to be what you're going to get when you're down to 1. So that'll be like what, 4.136 Tredecillion per second, of which we won't see that for a while. So we're not even going to worry about it. But the dragons, we got about 8,000 killing dragons. We're just going to go here to build. It's almost 3 minutes left on this. We're just going to go ahead and put some more towards him. Moving mountains is kind of getting close to being able to move forward with that to the next skill. So we could sit here and wait, I guess. Like I said, though, this game gets kind of slow. We're going to check our AFK god, and we're just going to go ahead and increase him, and there should still be, and we're just going to do 10 more on each of these. There we go. Now we're just going to, oh, we don't have enough. There, now we do. Booyah. Yeah, it should still kill all 7 of them every time. Now, the image over here only shows 10. So once you get to the point where you're higher than 10 on your clone count, it's probably best to just keep that at 10 so you can still see the graphical representation of all your clones, and then just start increasing the hit points at that point. Because you can't see more than 10, so you actually have to pay attention to this number where it says +7 to know how many you killed. Okay? So when you got like 20, you can only see 10. So you have to pay attention here and see how many you're adding each time to see how many you killed. So we're done with that. Again, for now. We're going to come back here and we're just going to watch. And we're going to wait. And we're going to wait. And we're going to wait. In a minute, there we go. Now we got learn to fly open. We're just going to cap that, drop these all down, put it back at 100, and cap that again. Now we need about 500 more clones to get this to half speed. So we're just going to wait until we have them, just because we do want it to at least be at half speed. I mean, it would be really hard to have this at full speed, because that would be almost 30,000 clones. So I mean, you kind of gotta, you don't want to have all your clones tied up, because once you get down to it, you're gonna have all your, more clones than you have tied up to keep these all going at full speed. And really, it doesn't. The main thing that benefits you is just having them unlocked, because as they're unlocked, the auto fight feature will start reducing the number of clones you need for it. You really don't need to keep clones on them pushing forward, even though I like to, just because it does increase your defense, or your physical and your mystic. So we're gonna keep that on. I'm just going to cap that off. Now we're at half speed, so it'll probably be a little bit before he moves forward. And I think the next unlock is at 11,000, so we're only at 1,000, so we're only 1/11th of the way there. Just gonna go over here to build, and we built a pyramid of power. Look at that. We can go here to fight. Oh, look, 8,700. We can drop him down a little bit. Drop him down a little bit. And let's look at the next. Okay, we can go put 1,000 on. Oops, 1,000 on the Temple of God. So we're going to look at the Temple of God as compared to the Pyramid of Power. Pyramid of Power again is 600 times for your physical, mystic, and battle and creating. Now, Temple of God is 1,500 times for those 4 skills. So by far, it is way better than the other 2. But with 1,000 clones, it's going to take us 12 hours to build. And it's very expensive and very costly. It costs, what, 1,000,000 stone, 100,000 light, 2,000 plants, 1,000 trees, 60,000 water, and 1,000 fish. That is a lot of resources. But we're going to go ahead and want to get one of these built pretty quickly anyway. So we're just going to drop the Pyramid of Power down. And we're just going to increase the Temple of God. And remember, this was 12 hours with 1,000 clones, so we're down to 15 minutes. That's one heck of an improvement. And we want to get that somewhat built. But I don't know if you're noticing, we are getting more and more and more clones on some of these things. We're going to go ahead and try to finish off this, since we do have an abundance of divinity right now. We only need 10 more upgrades here. So we're going to try to get that moving, and that'll reduce the amount of clones we need for this kind of stuff here too. I mean, it's not going to help as much now as it did, but it is still going to help. So, we're about 10,000 clones away from being capped on our clones. And we've got a lot done. And a lot of what we've got done has just been by utilizing most of our clones here at the building screen to reduce the amount of clones we need elsewhere. So, we got it down to about a minute before the upgrade happens here. Remember, this is about 15 minutes for this, down to 14, so, we should be able to get 10 of these built. Actually, 5 of these built in that, or 7 of these built in that 14 minutes right now. And we want to get all 10 of them built, but we're not going to have enough divinity to do all 10. So we're just going to want to get them built as quickly, or as many of them built as quickly as possible, because these are going to help us reduce these numbers a little more drastically, a little quicker. So we're just going to put another 1,000 on that, down to 13 seconds, and we're just going to keep watching it until it gets there. And it's not really so much that one of these is going to be way better than one of the other ones. It's the fact that we can build these a lot faster. Okay, here we got about a minute for the next one. But we can drop this down and drop that down. And see, right now we're at about a minute, so we can get about 14 built in the same amount of time as it's taken us to build one Temple of God. But the Temple of God has 47,000 clones on it, and we've only got 3,000 clones on this. So this is why you want to work your smaller stuff a little better, or a little more, because you can really increase your powers really quickly with those. And we're almost ready to start fighting the gods again. But we're just going to try to run our divinity down a little bit more, and then we'll put these clones back onto something a little more substantial for us. So, you know, boom, we got another one built. We're probably not going to have enough to build the next one. But look, that dropped that by 2,000. So we get to apply those directly straight back to it. Actually, Temple of Gods, or Temple of Gods, got built there too. So that's probably where some of that came from. Because that did seem a little high. But really, you know, when you're talking that much, you can really start pushing forward on this stuff at that point. And I think you might notice that even building the other ones didn't really increase us a whole lot as far as reducing the amount of stuff we had for stuff. But anyway, we're going to go here to Tomb of Gods, and we're going to try to build the upgrade for that. We don't have enough to do that. So we're going to look at it. It's at 42 minutes. I don't know. I just don't think it's beneficial to push that forward at the moment. This one's only down to 11 minutes. I'd like to see it grow a little faster, but at 7,000 clones, I don't think it's really going to increase that a whole lot. But we'll try. And down to 9 minutes. Yeah, it didn't really help us out a whole lot here. So we're going to drop these guys down a little bit, drop him down a little bit, go back over here to build, and increase him just a little bit more. We're going to check our training again. Our training isn't doing so well. But you can watch the graphical representation here, and you can see Dive with Sharks is definitely increasing faster than Jump on Trees. These ones that are blank, that means they're maxed. That means they're going as fast as they can. Which really means that part of this clone is going to waste. But, you know, and then this one's going a little bit slower, this one's going a little bit slower, this one's even just a little bit more slower, this one's a little bit more slower still, and this one's even slower too. But they are still moving forward. Now this guy's moving pretty fast, but we got a lot of clones on him, and we need him to move forward so we can unlock the next one. Alright, we got another 1,000 clones, so we're just going to put them back on Temple of the Gods, reduce the time on that a little bit more. And might as well go to fight. And over here, we should check our pets. Yes, our pets still have plenty to do. So we're going to go here to Gods, and we're going to look at Jupiter. Jupiter requires 48 quadrodecillion power level. We have 188 power level. He has about 100 quadrodecillion hit points. We have about 200. He has 10,000 quadrodecillion attack. We have 142. He has 6.25 defense. We have 26. So we beat him on all aspects. So we can go ahead and do that. Yay, he was destroyed. We got one more god power. We'll just go ahead and put it towards creating, just to boost that creating just a little bit, just to try to get those guys maxed out. We're going to look at the next god here. We're not going to even be close. 5.2 quindecillion power level. We're not even close. 10 quindecillion hit points. We're not even close. 1 quindecillion attack. We're about 1/10 of the way there, I guess. 6.2 or 625 quadrodecillion defense, and we are at 26. So we got a long way to go before we can defeat Odin. We're gonna go ahead and go over here to pets, and we're just gonna go ahead and increase these guys a little bit more too. We're gonna visit, and we're gonna go 120, 162. So 120 and then 162. we're, and it's going to increase the amount of XP that we're getting per kill. Oops, 139, 134. 139 and 134. Okay, and back, and we're just going to look at this guy too. It's 110, 129. Oops. So this guy went from 313 XP to 415 XP per kill. It will take longer to kill them, but the extra XP should work for us. And we're just going to go ahead and distribute all, just to get these guys, right around 6,000 total. Not like it's really doing us much good. It's the fact that we're actually trying to increase their multipliers. So we're going back over here to monsters. We're just going to cap him down, and then we're going back over here to build. We're just going to wait. We're just going to wait for more clones so that we can get this Temple God to increase its speed a little bit more. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot at all. So let's go back to create. Since we got time to kill, so let's just go over here to create. Let's look to see what we have going on here. Our planet is 300 billion stone and 1 moon. So you can see that is quite a huge amount of stuff to do. So what we're going to do is we've got about 2,000 clones left until we're capped. So we're going to go ahead and start filling some of these in. We're just going to turn off the cap clones, and we're going to watch the light build up. Now, once this achievement gets unlocked, it'll increase our creation multi by 293.437 trillion, which you're really not going to notice any difference down here, or even on these. But let's go down to, let's just go down to ocean. Ocean's going to take 35 seconds to build. Okay. Now, we might not notice any difference on that. Okay. Because that is still kind of a low number. So it's going to be quite difficult to see the difference. So let's go down to planet. Okay, planet takes 3 minutes and 31 seconds to build. That's where we're going to see where this is going to benefit us. Okay, 3 minutes, 31 seconds to build. The soil, we need 250 soil to get that achievement unlocked. I'm going to go ahead and write down 3 minutes, 31 seconds. That way I don't forget. Okay, we got the one for soil. So we're just going to move on to air. And in air, we need 150 air to unlock the first achievement for it. Now we're just going to go ahead and check planet again. And planet's still at 3 minutes 31 seconds. So no real improvement yet. And I'm about ready to wrap up, guys. I'm just showing you some extra things. I know this is probably the most boring game I've put up yet, and I do apologize, but it is a fun game. Okay, so we got the air achievement, the first air achievement. We're going to back down here, we're going to check planet, and it's still 3 minutes 31 seconds. But now you can see our water is starting to slow down. It's taking a gap here, so we're going to auto buy the missing creations. That way we can move it forward a little quicker, because really all we're trying to do at this point is get this moving. Okay, now we got the water multi done, the first one. Now we go to plant, and we only need 75 plants for the first achievement. So we're just going to scroll down here, and we're going to look at planet again. We're still at 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Will this ever drop? Yes, it will. But your multis, your multis the first achievement's 293. The second one's 586, and the third one's 880. I mean, that's a huge improvement. Now, compare the 293 for the light to the plant one at 1.7 quadrillion. Oh, the next one's going to be 2 quadrillion. So, I mean, we're going down this way to get higher amounts. But really, I mean, once you get all these filled in, that's where you're really going to get the bonuses. Okay, now we got plants done, so now we can build the divinity generator, but I really don't want to. Okay, let's look at it here. You just have to add creations and wait to create one divinity generator. You need a crap load of stone, a crap load of light, a crap load of water, and a crap load of trees, and it takes 13 or almost 14 hours to build with 1,000 clones. That's horrible, guys. It's horrible. At some point, it might be worth doing. Okay, anyway, we've actually, let's go back over here to create. We're going to take a break from the creating for a while. We're still going to check the planet. It's still 330. We're going to put it back on light, and then we're going to turn the clones back on to create the clones. We're going to look at the monuments. Okay, we built our first Temple of God. So we're going over here to fight. We're just going to cap this guy down. Look, we got a crap load back. Cap that guy down. We got a crap load back. I mean, guys, that was a lot of people. But it's still going to be 24 minutes to build the next one. So we're going to check the black hole. The black hole will generate 1 god power every hour. And while you're online, it's only while you're online, and it's maxed at 1 god power per hour with 4 black holes. But to create 1 black hole, you need to create 25 galaxies. Go over here to create, scroll down. Galaxies are way down here, and we can only do a planet at the best, and everything wants to keep going up. So we're not even close to being able to build this. I've built one. It was really, I wasn't impressed with it, but again, like I said, I'm on the Ultimate Bowl Challenge, so I'm not on my main character stuff. So anyway, we're going back to Monument. This is just way too long, okay? Way too long to build. We're going to go ahead and do the Mighty Statue upgrades again. But we're going to drop this Temple of God down. And we're only going to put 2,000 clones on it. Just because it's going to take forever. It's going to take forever to get that built. And now it's down to up to 10 hours for one. But don't worry. It's not that bad of a deal, guys. It's not that bad of a deal. Because we're going to put these guys up here just to make that thing fly. Then we're just going to add some here to make this fly a little bit. Okay, now we don't have enough divinity to make the next one of the upgrade there. So we're just going to put 30,000 here. That's 2 minutes. So we're just going to try to split this a little bit. Just to get this stuff building. Now if you notice, we finally capped out our clones, so it will automatically roll over to starting to create this because I hit create. So it'll start actually doing, and it'll go through these as time goes. And remember, it's still 3:31 for a planet, so 3 minutes 31 seconds for a planet. We're going to check this, and oh look, we don't have enough divinity to create the next one of that. So you know what? We're going to go ahead and put the other 30,000 towards the Mystic Garden. Reduce his time. Let's go ahead and cap these guys down again. Go over here and check train. We're going to cap him up what we can. We're going to drop this guy down, put him back up to 100. Cap that guy again. We're not quite at a half speed, but that's okay because it freed up some other guys. So we're going to go here, take this back to 1,000. And Tome of Gods is really where we're getting the most of our stuff. And it's like a minute and a half for that. So we're just going to drop this down by about 10. That's still kind of close. We're just going to increase these a little bit more evenly. Okay. Which that takes him down to about 7 hours. Okay, so, you know, we're going to reduce him by just another 10. Just to finish this guy off here. Just take him down to 4 hours. And then we're going to increase these to 10. Oops. Yeah, because we're going to be a little more even with this now. Okay. Because we're getting ready to go AFK and just not pay any attention to this game whatsoever. So we got another 3,000 guys to push. Let's go ahead and push them up. And everything's going to be growing fairly decently. You know, the Temple of Gods 2 hours, Pyramid of Gods is 1 hour, Godly Statue is 15 minutes at this point. 6 minutes left on him, 4 minutes left on him, and a minute and a half left on that. So, you know, we're going to go ahead and cap these guys down again. I'm going to go back over here to build, and we're going to do what I'm going to do until we're done. We got the second achievement on this guy, but we want to do the quick and easy ones, okay? So we're going to go down here to fish. We're going to create it. We're going to check the planet, and it's still 3 minutes and 31 seconds. I really want to see that number drop. So we're going to build some fish just to get the achievement for that. And the first achievement only requires 55 fish, so we're almost halfway there. You know, and then we're going to go to animal, and animals, you know, 50. So we're going to keep seeing these numbers drop. We're going to keep seeing everything go. And again, we're just doing the first achievement on each one of them just to get that number to drop. We just want to see that number drop. Okay, that's all we want to see. Planet still 331. I am thoroughly. Wait. What's the word I learned? I learned a word the other day. I am triggered. I am completely triggered that it hasn't dropped yet. My 20-year-old cousin was over the other day with her friend, and they kept saying triggered. Yeah, I'm like, what the heck is triggered? I guess it means pissed off or upset or something like that. And then they kept saying same. I'm like, okay, same is a little more easy to understand because, you know, you're saying, haha, same thing here, whatever. I don't know. So me and my roommate, we were kind of making joke about same and triggered all afternoon, yesterday afternoon. So, you know, kept talking about how we were just so triggered. Okay, now we got the multi for animal, and we already had the multi for human. We got that early on for something. I'm not sure exactly where I was at or what I was doing. So we're going to start river. River only needs 10. We're going to check planet here, and planet is still 331. So it doesn't seem to be really working for us right now. Okay, we got the bonus for river. Now we're just going to move on to mountain. And you can see that the creation multi is really moving up. Okay, so planet still 331. It's still not the greatest of things to work on. And like I said, this isn't the funnest, most exciting game out there. But it is really fun for the AFK part of it, because it will continue to grow while you're away. And that's why I'm playing it. Is because there's so much things so many things I have to do outside, in the yard and everything else, that I don't have time to sit here and play a game all day long every day. I wish I did. Maybe in the wintertime. In the wintertime, I am planning on doing more with gaming. So, yeah, this could just be a wintertime activity for me, or a rainy day activity. It's starting to get daylight out. I've been up 3.5 hours already. Actually, 4.5 hours already. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning. I took a kind of a nap yesterday, and it's just because it was raining and I couldn't do anything outside. I was kind of, because I was really wanting to go out and get stuff done. So, took a nap, slept way longer than I wanted to, but then I get up at 4 and it's still dark out. I can't do anything outside. Okay, we got the forests done, so we're going to go to Village. And I have another YouTube channel. It's called OG Gruel. That's the channel I mainly do a lot more on. I got a lot of the stuff I do outside on there. Some where I'm talking about specific situations or things that happen in life. It's just a Mod Podge. It's not. I mean, if you like games, I wouldn't suggest watching it, because if you like games, you probably don't like to be outside doing idiotic things in your yard. And really, this is the better channel platform, and the one I would rather do is this one. But I do need to get things done outside, and if I'm going to be outside doing something, might as well make a video or two of it, just to just because I'm out there doing it anyway. It doesn't cost me. It doesn't take me any time to do the videos. Really, editing it and everything else just really doesn't take a whole lot of time. It's basically throw it in, add it, boom, done. And the biggest thing is charging the battery on the phone, or on the camera. But because I constantly have to charge that battery, it only goes for about an hour before it's dead. So I got to turn it off every time I'm not doing anything. I need a new camera, but we're going to start on towns, and we only need 3 towns to get that achievement. Of course, towns take a lot longer. The planets are still at 331. It doesn't look like we're going to get there, guys. We're going to go ahead and create light again. I'm going to take a break, real quick break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I am planning on doing a live broadcast at some point. I don't know what kind of games are you guys interested in? What kind of games are you guys into? I mean, I know this game really kind of sucks, but it was something quick and easy to work with, and I really needed to get. I really wanted to do a rebirth this morning and get myself back out to where things were starting to grow again and be somewhat productive in the game again. Which I'm at that point now in this, but I'm still playing because I'm trying to get that show you that this will drop. It doesn't seem to be working at the moment for getting it to drop, and really towns. I'm spending way more Divinity buying stuff for the towns than I'm actually making. So we're gonna go here to fight, and we're just trying to, I'm just trying to get that down there to where you guys can see that it does drop. We're gonna put 1,000 more on the Mystic Garden since I, did my. Oh, and I really need to get these finished, all opened up too. I really thought I was further along in that. This really does take a long time to get everything going back after rebirth. I apologize for that. I should have maybe came into it a little bit later, or spent more time making sure that, hey, we're getting this moving as fast as we can. But which I probably should have spent more time on just this, just to bump it up as fast as I could. But anyway, we're going to go back over here. We're going to try to get the second. We're going to work on the second ones, the second achievements, just to try to get it to where we can watch that 3 minutes and 31 seconds drop down. It's not going to drop a lot. I mean, it'll probably be a second or two. So we'll drop. We got another 1,000 of these to create before that. And we can go ahead and put another 1,000 towards the Mystic Garden. You can see my clone count is kind of staying steady, but it's also going up a little bit. That's because the pets are killing clones. So I am recouping some. And I really need them to finish killing their clones too, that way, because I'm going to AFK, I'm going to go outside and work in the yard and play in the yard. So I need to get those clones back, which I could just take them off of them right now and then put them on training. But I'm still sitting here and I'm still waiting on this training stuff to finish. I mean, was this going to be 11.5, I think. So it's gonna be about, okay, we got the second thing for stone. So the second thing for soil is only 1,500. Yep. And we're just gonna scroll down here and we're gonna look at the planet. And it's still 3 minutes and 31 seconds. I can't believe it hasn't dropped yet. That's my whole thing. I can't believe. Anyway, I should probably start moving more towards the behemoth now. Just because the dragons are down quite a bit. So I should probably get about 3,000 troops together, or 3,000 clones together, so we can move forward on that. So let's just go ahead and drop. We'll take it down to 20,000. Let's go over here to fight. I'm just going to add those to the behemoths. And we're losing way too many. See, our clones are just dropping drastically. So we're gonna cancel that for now, because we want to keep building things. We don't want to keep building clones. So we're just gonna put those 5,000 back here for now. We're going back over here to create. We're just gonna watch the soil go up. I think it's what, 1,500 again? 1,500? Yeah, 1,500. So we're almost there with this, and we're getting kind of close to the next training thing, so as soon as we get this, no, we're going to go ahead and check it. Yeah, we're just going to stay here for a minute. Well, we're probably going to drop. Let's go ahead and drop some of these. Let's go to training. I'm just going to try to cap that. Yeah, no, we don't have enough to cap it. We need 12,000 to cap it. Or 6,000. 6,000 to get it to half speed. Sorry. There we go. Now we're at half speed, so we can speed that up a little bit. Soil's still about 250 away. This is about 1,000 away. You don't know which screen to watch at this point, because we don't know which screen's going to get there first. Gosh. I guess I might as well just stay here and wait for this, since this is the one that's going to take me the longest to do. Should be about 500 more. And this is really going to be, oh yeah, now we got the soil done, but we're still got 300. But anyway, we just go ahead and we'll start on the air. We'll revisit that in a second. We're getting kind of close here. I think this is 11,500 for the next unlock. It might be 12,000, but I'm pretty sure it's 11,500. Yep, it was 11,500. We're just going to cap that one, drop this one down, put that back up 100, and then cap that. Now we need about 7,000 for half speed, so we need 3,000 more. So we're just going to go ahead and drop. Oops. We want 1,000. We want that, and then we're just going to boom. Now he's going at half speed. If we wanted to get him full speed, we would need 20,000 more clones to get him to full speed. So I really don't want to do that. I mean, that's 10,000 for the physical and 10,000 for the skill, because I'm not even paying attention to the skill, because really it's mirrored because I have the sync on. So it's always, they should always stay the same. We're going back over here to fight. We're just going to cap this down, cap that down. Back over here to build. Go to create. And we're just going to look at the air. We got 1,000 air to get the second one. We're scroll down here. I'm just going to look at the planet. And we're still at 3 minutes and 31 seconds. This is horrible, guys. I'm still not accustomed to how slow this is on the Ultimate Ball Challenge. I probably should have done this video before I started the Ultimate Ball Challenge, but I mean, I've been on the Ultimate Ball Challenge for almost like a week and a half. So it really is kind of difficult to do. I'm getting close to being able to do it, though. I mean, probably another week and I'll have beat the Ultimate Ball Challenge. So then I'll be able to go back to my regular game and actually move forward quite a bit. And then maybe start another Ultimate Ball Challenge if I like the reward. If the reward is worth the huge amount of time spent in doing it. But one of the nice things about the Ultimate Ball Challenge, even if I go out of this, even once I beat this Ultimate Ball Challenge, if I go right back into another one, these trainings are still going to have the reduced amount of clones to cap them. So that still works for me, okay? And by the time I'm done, this will probably be down to 20,000. You know, I mean, not a huge boost. But when you're talking thousands of clones, it really is kind of a pretty big boost. Anyway, we're done with the air, so we can go here to water, and we need 750 water. So I'm just going to scroll down here to planet, and we're going to look at still 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Why? I don't understand why You would think it would have dropped somewhat by now. But we're going to go here. We're going to cap these guys down. Not much to do. Oh, let's go ahead and talk about, let's go look at training here. Okay, training's a ways away. We're just going to go over here and look at pets again. And we're just going to reclaim all these guys. And we're going to take these guys the campaigns. We're going to put them on level. And it's like I said, it's 20 levels per hour. And we're going to put them at 6 hours because they are getting kind of hungry, so I'm just going to add them all to it, okay? That way they all work together, and we're just going to start. And then right here it'll say there's 5 hours, 59 minutes, 56 seconds left. So we got a while to wait. Anyway, we can still visit them, and we're here. We can see that they're on campaign. We can still visit one and see that, you know, hey, he's a level 34. Okay. Now we're not going to see any experience growth. He's going to gain all those levels at the end of the campaign. So there's really not nothing we can do with the pets at this point. We can't feed them, can't do anything with them. We can back over here to gods and look at Odin. We are still not even close. I mean, 1/10. We have 1/10 of the power that we need to beat Odin. And really, here, I'll show you just how much this would hurt. Boom, we didn't even scratch him, and we died. I mean, so there's that. Now we can cap this guy again, cap this guy again. Okay, alright, we can add, because we get to get those guys back from the pets. So we can put these guys back on Mystic Garden, get that thing moving a little bit faster. Like I said, though, when these guys get done here, they'll move down, they'll move down, they'll move down. So it'll be a growth. You know, these are the easier ones to build, so these are going to be the quickest ways to go. Actually, we're just going to go ahead and try to do this. Get that down a little bit more. Go back here, 750. We're about 70 away, so we'll pay attention here for a minute. And plants only need 500 total, so that one, I mean, it does take longer to build each one. And I haven't done the math to see if it's like the same amount of time for each one or not. But here we are, we're on plants, we got 500, so we got about 300 to go. We can back over here to monument, we can look at this and we go, oh look, hey, it's building. Yeah, it's going to stop building here. Boom, it stopped. We're going to try this. Nope, still can't do those. What godly statue? Can we do that? No. Because these upgrades down here are going to be your like big, huge bumps. But we still need more divinity to be able to do those. So we're about halfway done with the plants. We're going to check the planet. It's still 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Anyway, we're going to go back to light up here, just because we can crank those out, get that capped, or get this part capped at least. And it really doesn't take a whole lot of time. And as you can see, this, the creation multi now versus the creation multi at rebirth, there's a little bit of a difference between them. The first one is the same. The second one just gives you the creation multi now, doesn't give you anything on rebirth. And the third one gives you the creation multi on rebirth, the same as the now for the second one, but the now for the third one is much higher. So we're just going to let that build for a while. really wanted to see that number drop. 12,000, so we're about 4,000 away on that. We can cap these. Doesn't seem like we're moving forward very much here. But we might be able to take the behemoths by now. I don't know. We'll wait till the next training to try those again. Anyway, 4,000 of these left to build, so we'll just watch this screen. And I don't know. I want to do a live stream. I want to do games that you guys want to watch. I don't know. Leave me a suggestion. Comment, whatever. If there's a game you want to see, I mean, preferably doesn't cost a lot of money or cost anything right now. I'm fairly decent with being able to think things through. One game I love to play is World of Warcraft. Of course, I absolutely love that game. I don't know how well that would work with the live stream, considering it pulls stuff from the internet, sends stuff back, and my upload speed is fairly slow. I mean, I do pay a good amount for my internet, and my download speed is phenomenal. My download speed is like 60 megabits per second, which is more than enough to stream movies and stuff. My upload is like 6 or 7, maybe up to 10. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure how well that would work. And this computer is, wireless. It's Wi-Fi, so I would definitely need to hardwire it to the router. Which I have the stuff for that. It's just I've kind of like the whole wireless thing because I don't have to have wires everywhere. But if I'm going to do a live broadcast, it might be beneficial to have the wire set up and connected. So anyway, we got about 2,000 left to go on this, and about 1,200 left to go on this. So we're going to watch this screen. But no, by all means, let me know how I'm doing. If I do a game you don't like, just thumbs it down. Don't, thumbs it down so I know, okay, stay away from this type of game. Or leave a comment like, dude, that game's boring as could be. I'm open to input. I don't know what kind of games people like to play or like to watch. This game is probably fairly boring to watch. I mean, it was probably okay the first half hour to watch. Of course, there's probably a lot to take in. You're probably like, whoa, slow down. I'm not quite, what? But when you do a rebirth, you're kind of high-paced. And, I did waste a lot of time talking where I should have been paying more attention to these skills. Just so I could have been done with this one by now. Because as soon as I get these skills done, I'm going to go outside and work in the yard. And I got to get this stuff done first. So I need about 3,000 more. 3,000 more. Oops. I hate when I do that. Nope, wrong one. Cap. Yep, half speed. Go back over here to build. And we're about 200 away from doing him, so we will just keep an eye on this for the time being. And one thing, if you're going to go AFK and just let it build, you turn off your auto by missing creations. That way you can build your divinity and just blow it when you get back. Planet, still 3 minutes 31 seconds. I don't think it's going to drop, guys. I really don't think it's going to drop. I would have thought that would have dropped a lot quicker than that. We're going to cap these, and we're going to go ahead and try Behemoth again. Just because, and we're still losing quite a few. It's closer. It's just not there yet. And of course, while I was doing that, this thing was building clones and not stones. So we kind of hurt ourselves there. And we're just going to move down here to plants. We only need 200 more of those. We really, really want to get that number, that time to drop. And of course, you know, if I just sit this and walk away, go out and work in the yard for 4 or 5, 6 hours, most of these will be done. I mean, I'll probably be like in the middle of ocean by the time I get back, but of course, one thing, you could just put it on planet, take off the auto buy, and you'll probably get most of the stuff you need for all this done by the time you get one planet done. That is one of the nice things, is that you can build the more complex things and get your achievements as you're doing that. But I kind of like the idea of just moving through just to get them as I can, because you're still going to use all the resources you make anyway. You're still going to use them all. So I don't know, would you guys want to see a World of Warcraft broadcast? I mean, I don't play on live servers anymore. I play on player run servers, so it would just be me running around doing stupid stuff. Wouldn't be anything spectacular. Probably not much for raiding, or the last several times I've been in a group, I've been in a group of people that have no clue what they're doing. They expect everyone else to know what they're doing, and they just run around and attack things and then die and wonder why. You know, I play a rogue, so you try to go up and sap one because they pull 4 or 5 in this place. And you try to sap one to reduce the amount of mobs that come back to you and your group, and figure if you can just get one out of the equation, then maybe you guys can kill a couple of them without everyone dying. But you know, you start walking up there to try to sap something, and people like freak out and think they have to attack right now because they think you're going to pull. And I was like, no, I'm trying to sap one so that you pull less. But whatever. Which that kept happening the last time I played. You know, I really wanted to do some dungeons, and the people kept thinking I was pulling, and I was getting yelled at for trying to reduce the amount that was pulled. And the guy that was actually pulling, which was the warrior, was the one doing the majority of the yelling. And it's like, you're the one pulling them. I am trying to sap one so that you pull less. And I played EverQuest for a long time as a monk, so pulling is not a new concept to me. You know, when you get the chain pull, you know, you kind of figure out how to learn and look to see which mob to pull out of the equation to break that chain. You know, whereas if they hit this mob, these 4 will come, but this one that aggroes you will pull these 3 other ones. You know, you find the one that breaks the chain so that you can stop the rest of them from coming. And some people just, they don't have that concept of a more complex type system. Maybe I should do some videos of the groups there. You guys might find my commentary on that a little more interesting, because I do get mad when people aren't doing what they need to be doing. And of course, I don't know how well I'm doing. I mean, they could be getting mad at me because I just started playing on this private server and my character is not really the best equipped. Although I think I'm fairly decently equipped for my level. I can't imagine. I can't imagine me actually doing much. But in this private server, your XP rates are really high, and gear is really easy to get. Really super easy. So, and then of course mobs seem to die so easily. It's it's just it's just amazing. It's like they might have scaled the hit points on these mobs down quite a bit to make it easier. Which I can get that, but if you want a challenge, you don't want the mobs to die too easily. I mean, the dungeons are designed for 5-man groups. These mobs are dying about as fast as I kill them by myself. So I think they need to increase the mob hit point quite a bit. I don't know, maybe lower their damage a little bit and increase their hit points quite a bit. They need to do something. Oh, did we check the planet? Still 331. So I don't know if that's something you guys would be willing to watch. I don't know. I love PvP. I have not PvP'd on that server yet. Actually, I haven't PvP'd in World of Warcraft. I haven't PvP'd in World of Warcraft for several years. World of Warcraft Blizzard Entertainment kind of screwed up the PvP in it, and that really upset me. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for this video. I'm just going to do the rest of this without talking and not recording. We're just going to keep pushing these until these all unlock, and then whatever. So I think I've wasted enough time on this video. I think it's way too long, so we'll catch you guys later. And thanks for watching. Bye.